Beneath the surface of the oceans lies a kingdom brimming with wonder, where every dive promises the chance of encountering something truly extraordinary. Whether it's the mysterious frilled sharks or the submerged marbles of China's underwater city, the depths hold a treasure trove of inexplicable phenomena waiting to be discovered. Join us as we dive into the abyss and reveal the most remarkable finds that deep-sea divers have brought to light. Number 1. In the darkest parts of the ocean lives the frilled shark, a fascinating and terrifying animal. Imagine a long, thin prehistoric snake with dinosaur-like teeth. That's a frilled shark. They are shy and rarely seen. We only had images in 2004. Although they appear weak, they are living fossils that have been swimming in the oceans for 80 million years. Their appearance and extinct relatives make them unique. They are called ruffled because of their appearance. When they open their mouths, it's terrifying, more than 300 sharp teeth in 25 rows. Despite their thin bodies, they are muscular and can attack their prey like a land snake. An Australian fisherman who caught one in 2015 described it as a big eel with a horror movie head. He called it a sea monster and swore never to catch another. Number 2. In the depths of the Baltic Sea, where sunlight barely reaches, there is a world full of mysteries explored by researchers like Stephen Hogerborn. In 2011, Hogerborn was part of a team led by Captain Peter Lindberg and co-investigator Asperg, who made a strange discovery at the bottom of the sea. They found a unique, puzzling and not yet officially identified object. Some think it looks like the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. When the ocean, this has led to speculation about whether the object is more than a sunken ship. Some believe it could be an alien spacecraft, while others suggest it could be a sunken Russian ship. The truth remains a mystery, but this spherical object has captured the world's attention, and everyone is eager to know its origin and how it arrived at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. Number 3. Space exploration is full of incredible engineering feats, but it can also be incredibly expensive. That's why modern companies are focusing on reusable rockets, something that wasn't even an option in the past. The powerful Saturn V rockets, the most powerful ever built, were responsible for launching the Apollo missions to the moon and beyond. But here's the thing, these rockets were designed for a one-way trip. Once they exhausted their fuel, they simply discarded them, falling back to Earth and landing deep in the ocean, far from land. For years, these incredible pieces of history were forgotten at the bottom of the sea. However, Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon and space enthusiast, did not see them only as sunken remains. In 2012, he launched an expedition to try to find these lost giants using advanced sonar technology. The following year, they sent a team to recover parts from a staggering depth of almost 14,000 meters and managed to bring back enough parts to rebuild 2 of the Saturn V's massive F1 engines. Number 4. Now let's go to an amazing discovery in the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico. In 2007, a team of divers found something unusual while exploring underwater caves: the skull of a little girl. This was no ordinary skull. It was surrounded by ancient artifacts, indicating that it was not a recent tragedy. They decided not to touch anything, but other divers moved things later. Fortunately, years later, they carefully recovered the remains for study. It turned out to be one of the most important archaeological finds in America. The young woman, named Naya, lived about 12,000 to 2,000 years ago. She was approximately mid-teens. Her remains offer unique information about the life of the first colonizers. Scientists found evidence of malnutrition and stress in her bones, and even that she was pregnant before her death. Number 5. Bimini Road. This strange structure has intrigued explorers and scientists for decades. In 1968, divers chanced upon the Bimini Trail, an underwater trail of aligned stones that extends about half a mile. It looks like a path or a wall, raising the key question: is it a natural wonder or something more? Let's talk about the Atlantis theory, popularized by psychic Edgar Cayce. He predicted that evidence of this lost civilization would be found in 1968, the same year as the discovery of the Bimini Trail. This coincidence fueled speculation and attracted Atlantis enthusiasts. But geologists and archaeologists propose a simpler explanation. They believe it is a natural formation called beach rock, the result of wave action and chemical reactions in the limestone. Despite this explanation, debate persists between believers in Atlantis and those who support the theory of natural formation. Number 6. Do you know the vampire squid? Although it sounds scary, it is real, but calm. It does not suck blood. This deep-sea inhabitant is scientifically called Vampiroteuthis infernalis, or vampire hell squid, due to its unique appearance. It has a deep red color, cape-like fins, and pointed spines that resemble teeth. These shy squid live in the dark depths of the ocean, where sunlight barely reaches. If they feel threatened, they turn their cape inside out and release a sticky, luminous cloud to scare away predators. Number 7. The sinking of the Titanic stands out as one of the most emblematic disasters in history. New images of the 1912 shipwreck reveal the Titanic in critical condition, dissolving under the effects of salt water, currents, and bacteria. Explorer Victor Vescovo and his team, on an expedition of 5 dives to 12,000 feet over 8 days, used a rugged submersible to capture images for an upcoming National Geographic documentary. Although it was not the first time they found the remains, they were surprised by the great deterioration that had occurred in the last decade. Iconic elements, such as the valve from the famous scene in the 1997 film, were unrecognizable and vanishing into the ocean. The Titanic is expected to completely deteriorate in the coming decades. In a gesture of respect, the crew laid a wreath and held a brief ceremony in memory of those who lost their lives more than a century ago. Number 8. The Black Pharaohs. The Nubian pharaohs belonging to the 25th dynasty are enigmatic rulers whose existence is often overlooked, mainly due to their dark skin, a fact that some Egyptians try to deny. Persistent archaeological efforts continue to reveal evidence of the presence of the pharaohs. Nubians in Sudan. Near Nuri, a group of researchers found a staircase that was believed to lead to the tomb of the ruler Nastasen. But when descending, they encountered an unexpected obstacle. The tomb was submerged in water. Thanks to underwater archaeologists led by Piers Paul Kutzman, who navigated the underwater corridor, this challenge was overcome. Finally, the experts examined the tomb, a burial chamber with 3 rooms adorned with vaulted ceilings, where they found golden statues. Despite the complexity of the exploration due to the high water level, the discovery of the tomb serves as irrefutable proof of the existence of the Nubian pharaohs. Number 9. The Bermuda Triangle. A vaguely defined region in the Atlantic Ocean, it has been shrouded in mystery for decades, gaining notoriety for the mysterious disappearance of numerous ships and planes. Under the waves of the Bermuda Triangle, a mysterious seabed is hidden with underwater plains, spectacular falls and submerged mountain chains, generating various enigmas. One intriguing mystery involves underwater methane hydrates, possibly causing massive bubbles that could sink ships, although this theory has yet to be proven as the definitive cause of the disappearances in the area. The Puerto Rico Trench, the deepest part of the Atlantic Ocean, also lies beneath the waters of the triangle, offering unexplored terrain for scientific research. The deep sea of the Bermuda Triangle harbors secrets to be discovered, which baffle scientists and explorers, adding more mystery to this famous enigma. Number 10. Christ of the Abysses. Submerged under the crystal-clear waters of the Italian Riviera, about 17 meters deep, lies the moving Christ of the Abysses, a bronze statue of Jesus Christ erected in 1954 and created by the Italian diver Delio Morante. This 2.5-meter sculpture is a moving tribute to Dario Gonzatti, a friend of Morante, who died tragically underwater. If it weren't for a diver who captured it, it would be hard to believe. With moving origins in their replica, There are now 2 identical monuments in honor of the Son of God. The first is off the coast of St. George in the southeastern Caribbean Sea, initially submerged before moving to the boardwalk. The second, a gift to the American Underwater Society, adorns the seafloor 25 feet deep near the Dry Rocks Coral Reef off the coast of Florida. Both replicas reflect the impact of Moraine's vision, and the original statue is in Italy's National Diving Museum. Each version of the Christ of the Abyss serves as a moving tribute that transcends borders, offering comfort and reflection to those who explore the depths of the sea. Number 11. Underwater structures of Zakynthos. Initially found as remains of a lost Greek city near Zakynthos, recent research published in the Journal of Marine and Petroleum Geology revealed a more intriguing truth about these underwater structures. Contrary to the initial belief that the site was a sunken city destroyed by ancient tidal waves, it turns out to be a natural geological phenomenon dating back to the Pliocene era, approximately 5 million years ago. If it weren't for a diver who captured it, it would be hard to believe. The site, discovered by divers, was carefully examined by experts using advanced techniques such as X-rays and microscopy. Their findings revealed that the distinctive donut-shaped solid masses formed due to a subsurface fault that released gas. Although rare in seawater, these formations are more common in microbial sediments exposed by natural seafloor erosion. The research team concluded that this shallow water geological phenomenon is exceptionally rare and provides valuable information about the Earth's dynamic processes over millions of years. Number 12. No one should have found this. If a diver hadn't captured it, no one would believe it. A team of deep-sea divers was searching for artifacts in the Atlantic when they came across a large container on the ocean floor. There are conflicting versions of what happened next. Some claim they tried and failed to open the mysterious container. Others say they managed to open it only to find a strange machine inside that they couldn't understand. However, the most worrying report is that the container was full of human remains and the divers fled the scene in panic. What do you think could be inside this strange container, and how could it have ended up so deep beneath the waves? Number 13. Is Yanagi a natural monument, or do the detailed features suggest an ancient civilization at sea? Discovered in 1987 near Japan's Ryukyu Islands, this underwater site spans more than 150 feet, or 46 meters, and features rock structures with distinct shapes, such as steps and blocks. While some geologists see it as natural formations caused by seismic activity, there are those who think it could be a Neolithic settlement that was submerged by rising sea levels after the Ice Age. Although its origin is a mystery, Yanagi fascinates with its intriguing characteristics. Divers encounter surfaces that raise questions about their nature. Are they human marks, natural wear, or ancient symbols? Like the mysterious Atlantis, Yanagi evokes curiosity from the deep sea. Number 14. Lying eerily on the seabed off the coast of New Jersey is a fleet of forgotten steam locomotives, dating back more than 170 years. These rare Planet-class locomotives, built in the 1850s, were first sighted in 1985 by a local diver, more than a century after their enigmatic journey to the depths of the ocean. The discovery of ancient locomotives at the bottom of the sea has raised questions and surprises. These locomotives, from the 1850s, are believed to number around 12. Despite the corrosion, they appear to be in good condition, and are located vertically in the marine sediment. They appear to be arranged as if they were in an underwater station, giving rise to speculation about their origin. Some think that a storm carried them out to sea while they were being transported on a barge. Others believe they were intentionally sunk for reasons such as insurance, or to dispose of old technology. Number 15. In March 2013, an exploration team completed the deepest salvage operation ever recorded in the Atlantic, recovering more than 1,200 kilograms of silver bullion lost during World War II. Odyssey Marine Exploration recovered bullion from the SS Garsapa, a British ship that sank in 1941 near Ireland after being attacked by a German submarine. The ship was carrying valuable silver valued at £150 million today. The loss of this ship contributed to the United Kingdom abandoning the gold standard. After years, it was located, and with advanced technology, more than 1,200 silver bars were recovered from the seabed. Despite the weather, the Garsapa now has coral formations and ecosystems. Her story continues to be linked to the riches and tragedies of the sea. Number 16. Near the reefs of Egypt's Red Sea lies the wreck of the SS Thisor, an armed merchant ship of the British Merchant Navy bombed and sunk during the Second World War. Since its discovery in the 1950s, the Thisor has become one of the most famous and accessible shipwrecks in the world, offering divers the opportunity to explore a time capsule of the war. On October 6, 1941, the 413-foot ship Thisor was sunk by German pilot Heinz Wolfgang Schauer near Ras Mohammed. The ship was carrying supplies for British forces in Africa, including trucks, motorcycles, aircraft parts and other war items. Depth charges and an attack accelerated her sinking, causing the deaths of 9 sailors. Rediscovered in 1956 by Jacques Cousteau, today divers find it intact on the seabed, filled with goods, such as motorcycles and trucks, that are testament to British power in war. Number 17. The iconic monolithic human figures of Easter Island, known as Moai, have also been sighted by divers under the sea. Nearly 900 of these statues exist on land, built by the ancient Rapa Nui inhabitants of the remote Pacific island. However, some Moai have been found partially submerged along the island's shores. How these statues, called Moai, ended up underwater is unknown. They could have been covered by rising seas or used in rituals. An impressive Moai more than 16 feet tall was found near Anakina Beach in 2009, facing the ocean. Some experts believe it was originally on land and eroded towards the sea over time. Other nearby Moai appear to be in different positions. These findings underline that we still do not know aspects of Rapa Nui culture, including their practices with statues. The Rapa Nui believed that Moai represented ancestral spirits and were linked to mythological leaders. Some theories suggest that certain Moai could have been intentionally submerged to shift power between leaders. These statues, whether on land or underwater, remain enigmatic, evoking ancient stories and lost beliefs. Number 18. Delicate, translucent and with a ghostly appearance, a unique species of jellyfish known as the Arctic hydrojellyfish glides silently through the polar seas. With their ethereal tentacles and fragile bells, they resemble extraterrestrial creatures more than terrestrial beings. However, these ethereal life forms survive and thrive in one of the harshest habitats on the planet, the dark, frigid waters of the Arctic Ocean. Their gelatinous bodies pulse in the dark, frozen depths, descending to more than 3,300 feet, chasing plankton and small fish in perpetual gloom. Some species display vivid hues and characteristic bioluminescent patterns, giving them an otherworldly biotic glow as they move in liquid space, unaffected by a hidden sun for months. Larger relatives, such as the lion jellyfish, attract more attention due to their imposing size, but for its sheer mystical appearance. The tiny Arctic hydromedusa is unique. Its unlikely existence reflects the surprising diversity of nature that manages to emerge even in extreme worlds such as the Arctic depths. They serve as inspiration that life finds a way to persevere and flourish against all odds, no matter how fragile that persistence may seem. Number 19. In 2021, a diver found off Carmel, Israel, the handle of a 900-year-old medieval crusader sword. This sword, covered in concretion, was well preserved. It took archaeologists 4 months to clean it, revealing a meter-long intact steel blade. X-rays showed a blade without corrosion, indicating it may have been sheathed. Featuring a solar cross design, it is believed to date from the Crusades between 1095 and 1271 AD. How it got to the sea is an enigma, with theories ranging from a knight losing it on a crusade to ceremonial rituals. This sword represents a valuable discovery of the historical impact between Europe and the Middle East. Number 20. Japanese divers discovered strange circular patterns in the sands near the island of Amami Oshima in the 1990s. These patterns, which spread to Europe and Israel, baffled many, suggesting theories such as extraterrestrial intervention. However, the origin was surprisingly natural: male pufferfish. These small fish create these elaborate structures over 10 days, moving sand with their fins and adding shells. Females are attracted to these constructions, and this symmetry helps in oxygenation of the eggs. While humans have complex courtship rituals, pufferfish demonstrate skill and precision in their mating process. Number 21. Inside an underwater depression called Amberjack Hole off Florida, divers enter a true blue void at the bottom of the ocean. This massive open sinkhole structure, known as a blue hole, dives more than 450 feet, forming a cylindrical cavity surrounded by sloping coral-covered slopes. The site attracts reef fish, sharks and, of course, amberjack, predatory sport fish that patrol the upper walls of the rim, thriving in its rich ecosystem. Blue holes, also called marine sinks, are still a mystery. They are found in areas such as the Bahamas and the eastern Atlantic, and some are connected to caves. Although its name suggests similarity to land formations, we don't know much about its distribution in shallow waters. They are mostly in distant offshore locations. Amberjack Hole allows scientists to study marine life and collect samples. For divers, its beauty and mystery evoke a fascination with the deep sea. What else will we discover about these oceanic secrets?